Paul is up to. He's going to get some letters so that he can go to Damascus and that he can go into the synagogues and anybody that he found that was a follower of Jesus Christ. He was not going just to arrest him. He was going to persecute. Persecution is not punishment. He's going to get rid of these people. And so he gets credentials and he's going to walk from Jerusalem down 100 miles, 140 miles to be exact, to the ancient city of Damascus. Now, as he makes his journey, he is forced into a time of reflection. There's nobody to walk with him. He's walking all by himself. He's accompanied, by the way, by the temple guards, but they're animalistic and brutish, and so his cultivated intellectual tongue disallows him to hold a conversation with these ignorant, unlearned men. They're just going with him to take a walk. And so he's making his way from Jerusalem on down to over to Damascus. He has 140 miles, 7 days it takes him to get there. And so he's going to walk approximately 20 miles a day. All he has with him now are his thoughts. And he can't shake that sermon he heard from a lay preacher by the name of Stephen. Just a deacon, Deacon Stephen, just talking about Jesus. He couldn't get the vision of that light shining on the face of Stephen. And they're just walking, he's walking, and they're walking with him. And now he's moved further into his walk. He has to go through the Holy Lands to get to Damascus. And all he is occupied with now is just the searing sun beaming on his back and the scorching of heat beneath his feet. And then he looks up and he sees the Judean hills. And then he looks over on the other side and he sees the Galilean Sea, or the Sea of Galilee. And he's walking there. And then, remember, he's only 30 years old. 3 years Jesus Jr. and a contemporary of Jesus of Nazareth. A scholar who has read about not just the philosophers, but the new teachers of his day. And now he remembered in all of what he had read, I am walking the very place where this one that we crucified had walked. It's just my sanctified imagination, but I do believe that when he looked over the Judean grassy knolls and he saw those undulating grounds, that he thought to himself, is it really true that Jesus himself had fed 5,000 out here with just 2 fish and some loaves of bread? Shaking his head in disbelief. He's trying to get rid of it, but he's preoccupied with it. Then he looks in the distance and he sees Gadara, and he remembered people telling the story that there was a human haunted house, a man with 2,000 evil tenants in it. And one day Jesus took a cruise across the lake, and when he got out of the boat, he said, evict from that house. And all those evil tenants had to move out. Did he really do that? Did that really happen where he was going? And then as he walked, he's looking now at the hills of Jerusalem. There in the backside, while he's walking, he's looking backwards and he started thinking about what took place outside of the walls of Jerusalem and about the crucifixion. And then he thought about this on a Sunday morning. They killed him, but did he really get up? Did he really get up? That's all he can think about, because there comes a time where God will put you in a position where you are there by yourself to think about nothing but the things of God. Oh, I hear what you're saying. It ain't happened to me. Just keep on living. There will come a time where your best friend's advice cannot help. No counsel will do you good. The only voice that your ear is perked to is the voice of our Lord himself. And Saul is out there all by himself in a reflective moment. Maybe tonight that might be what we need together, is to pull aside just to get away from all of the noise. Turn off the television. Get the beats out of our head. Unplug the MP3s and shut down Netflix and just sit there for a moment. Oh, I know for some of you it's funny, but don't worry. I see you. I know some of this like, it don't matter nothing. It's because your family's still doing good right now. Don't worry about it. Wait till she get ready to leave. Wait until he says, I'm tired. Wait until your children start. Yeah. And you'll say, Father, I stretch my hands to thee. That comes a moment. You don't have to worry about it. That God will get you by yourself. And there Saul of Tarsus is. All by himself. I'm done with the sermon now. By himself. So that God can access him. And all alone on the road, by himself, God moves away from the reasons of our conversion to drop down in our space to say, let me give you the reality of conversion. Because when I change or recalibrate your life, you might think tonight you're on the right road. But when I reprogram your spiritual GPS, I will lead you to the place where I want you to go. Preach, Pastor West. I know I'm talking to some of you now. Because you've been saying, Lord, I'm trying to find my purpose. I'm trying to locate my destiny. Why was I born? Here's why you were born. To be converted so that God can put you on the right road. On the road Saul of Tarsus is. Preoccupied